Good day folks, Sean here from Air Photography. So what an absolute incredible lineup DJI has when it comes to drones. No matter what your budget or your needs are, there's a drone that is the perfect fit for you and your budget. They have drones starting at $179 all the way up to their flagship drone, the Mavic 4 Pro, which is well over $2,000. Now in this video, we're going to talk about some of the key aspects of each drone. We're not going to go into all the details of every single drone, just some of the important selling features and capabilities to perhaps help you decide which drone is right for you. Now I've created full in-depth reviews for each one of these drones, so if there is a drone that does catch your eye, I will include the full review to it down in the description of this video, so you can go and check them out further to see what they have to offer. Now, when choosing the right drone for you, there's three important things that I think that everybody should consider. The first thing is price. Price, I think, is one of the most important because, we may want a Mavic 4 Pro, but our budget may not allow that. So we have to set a realistic goal of what we want to spend on a drone. Especially as a new pilot, you may not want to invest too much in a higher end drone until you decide whether it's something you want to pursue. The next thing you need to consider is regulations in your country. Sometimes you need to fly a sub 250 gram drone. These larger drones can sometimes be over-regulated and can be very difficult to fly depending where you live. And the third thing to consider is functionality and performance. So let's start with price here because there's quite a broad spectrum of prices on this table. And I'm going to quote from the Canadian DJI website. The prices are going to be in US dollars just like they have it listed there. And I'm going to do that just because depending where you live in the world, there could be different factors such as exchange, tariffs, and duties. So just keep in mind the prices that I am quoting is from the Canadian DJI website in US dollars. So when it comes to the lowest price drone that you can buy from DJI, it's the DJI Neo. It comes in at $179. Now that's just for the drone only because this drone can be flown without a controller. They have other packages that you can purchase with a controller, even with goggles, but definitely an extremely affordable drone. The next is the Mini 4K. The base package for it is $239. That comes with one controller. And again, they offer different packages in it as well with extra batteries and a case. Moving up, we have the DJI Flip. It comes in at $419 for the base kit. That includes a controller. Then we have the DJI Mini 4 Pro. This is probably going to be a popular choice for many people. The base kit for it is actually on sale right now on the DJI website for $645. I think the regular price is just a little over $700, so it's actually a pretty good deal for what you're getting. Then we move up to about the $1,000 mark. The DJI Avata 2 comes in at $999, and that includes a controller and a set of goggles. And we're going to talk a little bit about goggles and what the difference is between some of these GPS platforms later on in the video. Then we move to the Air3S, which is slightly more than the Avata. It comes in at $1,029. That's for the base kit with a controller. And then we've got DJI's flagship drone, the newly released Mavic 4 Pro. It's probably their most expensive consumer drone that they sell. The base kit of it comes in at $2,049. So as you can see, there's a wide variety of prices here depending on your budget. So price definitely is an important thing to consider when choosing your first drone. Now, the second important thing to consider is the regulations. In many countries, 249 grams is the magic number. Now I live in Canada, so I'm going to use Canada as an example. If you want to fly a drone over 249 grams, you have to have a drone pilot certificate. It's an online test you have to take, and you have to register the drone with Transport Canada. On top of that, there's a lot of rules and regulations that need to be followed. However, in Canada, if you fly a drone that's under 249 grams, you don't need to get a license and you don't need to register it with Transport Canada. They have very little regulations compared to some of the larger drones. That means we can fly them beyond visual line of sight. We can fly them higher than 400 feet. Essentially, the government gives you some guidelines for safe flying, good practices to keep everybody safe. Essentially, they say just don't do anything stupid. So on this table here, the Mini 4K, the DJI Flip, the DJI Neo, and the Mini 4 Pro are all under 250 grams. So these ones here in Canada would be exempt from the regulations and the licensing, whereas the Mavic 4 Pro, the DJI Avata 2, and the Air3S would need to be licensed and they would have to be registered. So that could be a very important thing depending where you live in the world. That 249 grams is the magic number as mentioned in a lot of different countries. So it's a very important thing to keep in mind. It's a good idea before you purchase a drone make sure you check all the rules and regulations before you invest money in a drone. And thirdly, another important thing to consider is what do you want out of your drone? Are you primarily looking for a drone to capture cinematic footage? Do you want to be able to fly your drone with FPV goggles? Are you looking for something that's easy to fly, something that is autonomous? Are you looking for a drone that can follow you? Or perhaps you just create content for social media, you're a vlogger, and you just want to add some interesting clips and perspectives to your videos. The nice thing about DJI drones is it doesn't matter which one you buy, you're going to get a high quality drone that flies incredibly well. There's definitely, in my opinion, no other drone manufacturer available that makes drones that fly as reliably and as easily as a DJI drone. So let's start with some autonomous flight. If you're brand new, you're just learning to fly, perhaps you don't even have an interest in flying a drone, you just want to get some interesting perspectives for your vlogs and social media. Something like the DJI Neo or the DJI Flip are probably one of the easiest drones to learn to use. These two drones do not need a controller to fly. They can be flown completely autonomously. They have preset modes that you just select. Both of these drones will take off from the palm of your hand, perform the task that you have set, and then it will again come back and land in the palm of your hand. You can do things like dronies, you can do circles around you. It's just a really easy way to get interesting shots. Both these drones are excellent at following you. So if you're a hiker, you want to get some shots on a bike, these drones are great choices because you can just hit a button and they'll start following you. And the nice thing about these two drones is that they're very flexible in the way in which you can fly. So not only can you use them autonomously, you can actually connect these to a controller as well, or even your smartphone, and that's going to give you a more traditional drone flight if you want to capture cinematic footage. So for the price, $179 for the Neo. Now that doesn't include a controller. They do have packages with a controller, but it's such a flexible drone. You can do a lot with it, and it comes in at a really good price. Now, the quality of the video is not as high as some of these other drones, but for social media, usually it's more than adequate. And with the Neo, we actually have another feature. We can actually fly it with goggles as well, FPV style, which we will talk a little bit about here more in a minute. The Flip is a little more money than the Neo, but the video quality on it is quite a bit better. And just like the Neo, you can fly this autonomously. It can take off and launch from the palm of your hand, but you have the option of connecting it to your phone. You can use your phone as a controller, or you can connect it to a traditional controller, again, if you want a more cinematic flight. And for $419, you're getting a lot of tech, a really good drone for that price. Both drones, when using it with a controller, have intelligent flight features that can help you express yourself and capture some really dynamic footage. One last thing to consider about these two drones is that with the Neo, it only has built-in memory, so you can't add a memory card to it. So for some people, they may find that a little bit limiting. You might find you're out filming, and then you have to dump the footage onto a smartphone or tablet while you're out filming, just to free up space. Whereas the DJI Flip does have a memory card, so you can put a nice large memory card in it, and you'll be able to get a whole day of flying. So if you're just looking for an easy to fly drone, vlogging, capturing B-roll footage, one of these two drones is the perfect choice. However, if you are looking for a more traditional drone, something like the Mini 4K is a great choice. $239 with a controller. It's going to allow you to film in 4K video, and the flight experience is actually quite good with such a small, inexpensive drone. It has all the built-in safety features that DJI offers, such as return to home, low battery return to home, fail-safe return to home if you happen to become disconnected, and it has some intelligent flight features built in as well that can allow you again to get really creative. It's an extremely easy drone to learn how to use. Now, when it comes to GPS platform drones, most of the higher end drones have obstacle avoidance, such as the Mini 4 Pro, the Air3S, Mavic 4 Pro, but the DJI Mini 4K does not have any obstacle avoidance. So that might be something to consider as well. If you do want a mini drone that's under 249 grams, you want to step it up with quality and performance, then something like the Mini 4K is the next best thing. Again, it's on sale right now for $649 with a controller, and it is quite an upgrade from something like the Mini 4K. With it, we have omnidirectional obstacle avoidance. We have sensors there at the front, at the back here, and at the bottom. It's extremely powerful. It does really well in the wind. You're going to have better video quality. It has a larger sensor on it, and it comes packed with more intelligent flight features than something like the Mini 4K. With it, you can do waypoint missions, hyperlapses. Just like the name says, it has a lot of pro features built into it. They've just created this sub 250 gram drone for people who are conscious of that weight and need to fly a sub 250 gram drone without sacrificing some of the performance and intelligent flight features. The Mini 4 Pro also features what's called true vertical capture. It's where the camera will rotate, and that allows you to capture vertical content for social media. It's one of those features that not everybody is going to make use of, but if you do want to capture in vertical, you're doing a lot of uploading to social media, then something like that might be beneficial. I think for a lot of people, this is the best choice just because you don't have to worry so much about regulations. You're getting a lot of performance versus the price. It's small and compact, so it's easy to travel with. So for a lot of people, this will be the perfect choice. So if you want to step it up even further from something like the Mini 4 Pro, the Air3S is a great choice. It comes in at around $1,000 with a controller. And if that 249 grams is not an issue for you, this is probably one of the best drones you can get for the price. With it, you get a dual camera system. We have the main 1-inch sensor camera. That's your wide angle camera. That's going to be your everyday camera. Captures incredible footage. But on top of that, we also get a 3x telecamera. That 3x telecamera can bring you in closer to the action without putting the drone in harm's way. And it could also allow you to get a little bit creative with background compression. This drone also features omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, has all the intelligent flight features, and it's extremely good in the wind. Sometimes these smaller sub 250 gram drones can struggle in the wind, but the DJI Air3S can really power through. So if you're going to be flying or you live in an area that has a lot of windy days, something like the Air3S is a good choice. When it comes to safety and return to home, the Air3S was the first drone that DJI introduced that had that advanced return to home. In the event of a fail-safe disconnect or you've lost GPS satellites, this drone can still perform a return to home and navigate through complex environments. It's actually pretty impressive to watch. Now, as mentioned, I think the Mini 4 Pro is a great choice for a lot of people, but if having a drone under 249 grams is not a high priority for you, then something like this might be the best choice for you. For a drone that costs about $1,000, you're getting some incredible tech and a high performance drone. Now moving on here, this is DJI's latest drone. It was launched a couple weeks ago. This is the Mavic 4 Pro. This is their new flagship drone. Now as a beginner, most beginners aren't going to choose a drone that costs over $2,000. But I shouldn't say that. Some people just want the best. And if definitely you want the best, this is the drone to choose. This is extremely powerful. It's the fastest flying consumer drone that DJI sells. You can fly this at 90 kilometers an hour in sport mode. It has 360-degree omnidirectional obstacle avoidance. And it has that advanced return to home as well. I actually just uploaded a video a few days ago demonstrating how well that works. Now on top of that, the Mavic 4 Pro features their new infinity gimbal. With it, we can shoot in true vertical. Very similar to how the Mini 4 Pro works. It can capture true vertical video where the camera flips on its side. And this camera can spin 360 degrees, allowing you to get really creative. Now that's one of those things you're not really going to use maybe all the time, but it is definitely a nice feature. But really the biggest selling feature of the Mavic 4 Pro is its camera. This features a tri-camera system. The main wide-angle camera is a Hasselblad 4/3 sensor, and it is capable of capturing in 6K resolution. On top of that, we have two telecameras, a 2.5 times telecamera and a 6 times telecamera. So that's really going to get you in close and allow you to capture some really creative shots. It is by far the highest quality camera that DJI sells on a consumer drone. So if image quality is your highest priority and you have the budget, then definitely something like the Mavic 4 Pro is the way to go. Now lastly here, this might be a great choice for some people depending on what you're looking to do. This is the DJI Avata. It's considered an FPV drone, so it has to be flown with goggles, but it's going to give you an extremely immersive flight. I really enjoy flying all these drones. I wouldn't say that the Avata is my favorite. However, it is probably one that I do fly the most. Whether I'm filming or not, it's just fun to fly. Usually I'll only fly my GPS drones when I want to capture content, but if I just want to get out and fly, have an immersive flight, this is the drone that I choose. And I actually love the style of footage that it can capture. Because it has a ducted design, you can fly through small openings, little gaps, and you don't have to worry so much about hitting a propeller and having the drone crash. Usually if you run into something, it'll just bounce off and keep on going. And you can create some incredible footage, nice smooth flowing footage that looks really nice. So it's not so much a traditional drone. So for some people, something like a GPS camera platform is going to be better suited. But for a lot of people, this is something that they'll really enjoy. Now, some of these other drones here actually support flight with goggles as well. As mentioned, something like the DJI Neo almost acts like a little mini Avata. You can fly this FPV style with goggles and an FPV controller. And on top of that, the Mini 4 Pro also supports flight with goggles. Unfortunately, the Air3S does not support goggles, nor does the Mavic 4 Pro. That may come with a firmware update, but at the time of filming this video, they do not support goggles. Now, when it comes to flying FPV, you have a choice of two different styles of controllers. When you purchase the Avata, this is what it comes with. This is their motion controller. It allows for easy flight. Even a complete beginner can pick this up and start flying right away. If you want a more traditional flight experience, you can upgrade to their FPV3 controller. So that all boils down to personal preference. Now, lastly, before I go here, I just want to touch base on controllers a little bit. A lot of the prices that I quoted come with this standard controller. This is the RCN3 controller. With it, you have to mount your smartphone. You have to download the DJI Fly app. It's an extremely versatile controller. It works really well. But the other option you have for most of these drones is something like the DJI RC2. With it, it has a built-in screen, so you don't have to worry about downloading the DJI Fly app and whether your phone is compatible. It's quick to deploy. You just power the drone and the controller on, and away you go. It's a high-performance controller, and it's compatible with a lot of the drones on this table: Mavic 4 Pro, the Air3S, the Mini 4 Pro, the DJI Neo, and the DJI Flip. Now, alongside the launch of the Mavic 4 Pro, DJI introduced their new Pro controller. This is the RC Pro 2. It can be purchased separately, and it is compatible with the Mavic 4, the Air3S, and the Mini 4 Pro, as well as the original Air 3. It's a nice controller in the fact that it has a fold-out screen, and it's a nice large screen. This has a 7-inch screen, and it's extremely bright. And that can be really important when out flying on really bright days. There's a lot of other high-end features built into this controller. I did make a full review of it a couple weeks ago. Again, I'll include a link to it down in the description of this video if you want to learn more about it. But it is an expensive controller. It comes in at $999, again, US on the Canadian DJI website. So yeah, folks, just a quick overview of different drones that DJI currently sells. As mentioned, I'll include my full review of each drone down in the description of this video. That'll allow you to go into more depth about the features of each drone, and it might help you decide better which one is right for you. All the videos include lots of sample footage, so you can get a good feel of what they offer. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and found it had value. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.